Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's a gorgeous evening in Nova Scotia tonight, man. Just beautiful. I'm down in Creepy Hole Hollow. I was going to wait till I got to the Rooted Undercut to do an intro here, but I've found something that you guys are going to want to see that is the reason why I'm down here this time of year. It's towards the end of May, so I would think of this as a little bit early for this. But right here beside me, check it out. These mushrooms here that I found on this fallen hemlock, really old hemlock log, those are Ganoderma tsugae. Very exciting. So Ganoderma tsugae is part of the reishi mushrooms, right? And it's one that we would find most commonly here in Nova Scotia, I think. I could be totally wrong. But anyway, what a surprise. So I'm heading down to the Rooted Undercut, and I'm seeing what I could see. I just saw a huge hemlock tree I just videoed, and came and stepped across this log, and here we have Ganoderma tsugae, just right here. As soon as I stepped over the log, I saw them. They're gorgeous, man. I'll bring you in close for a look at those, and then we'll head further downstream and see if we can find any more, because there is another spot where I think these are going to be growing, hopefully, and we'll get to the Rooted Undercut, and I'm going to do coffee down there, I think, in a different way than I've ever done before. So, man, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Let's get a good close-up look at these guys. Ooh. Look at that. They are fresh. I know there's 3 of them, but they're the first ones I found this season. So, I'm not gonna harvest these ones. I might think about it, and on the way back I might grab one of the 3. We'll see if I find any more. Gorgeous. Second to last week of May here in Nova Scotia, and I'm northern Nova Scotia, so usually stuff happens here last. That's amazing. Ganoderma tsugae. Reishi. Might as well show you as well I'm here. There's the reishi right over there, Ganoderma tsugae. And then just 4 steps away, we have a whole bunch of horsehoof fungus, Fomes fomentarius. These guys are all nice and healthy looking too. Very nice. Grab a picture of those. There's one big shelfy one over there. And just over here, I noticed too, right in this one little spot, there's a bunch of Fomitopsis mountsia. Oh, hold on while I climb up here. I think of these as like northern red belt, growing on spruce. These ones, oh, look at that. They're pushing water. That's fungal guttation, it's called. When a mushroom pushes water, I don't think they really know why they do that. I think it's to, they push water to increase their size. See it quite a bit. It's pretty cool though. See if we can get a cool picture of it. That's pretty neat. All right, let's head downstream. See what else we can see. Ooh, am I ever warm. Oh, it's definitely over 20 degrees Celsius here in Nova Scotia tonight. And I wore my jack shirt because I didn't want to be crawled all over with bugs and ticks and whatnot, you know. So I like to wear sleeves, but Man, I'm going to have to find thinner sleeves than that. What a difference down here now that we're into a little bit of, like, well, we're getting close to summer now, but we're finally getting some good weather, I guess you could say. There's no such thing as bad weather, but we're getting some sun, some heat, and like we saw back there, man, mushrooms are starting to pop. That was my intention coming out here tonight, and we've definitely accomplished that. I had a feeling down here, this is a hemlock ravine, right? I had a feeling that I might run into reishi. I was thinking it was still a bit early for them. There's flies everywhere. I was thinking it was still a bit early for them, but apparently not, because they're popping. So that's really cool. And I checked on my broke off tree. It has old reishi from last year, old Ganoderma tsugae, and there's nothing fresh coming on that yet. So I'll come back next week and check him. And we'll see. I don't think I'm going to harvest those ones on the way out. We'll see. I'll stop and look at them again. Anyway, let's get down to making coffee, man. So I said I was going to make coffee in a way different than I normally do, and that's true. A new method for me that I've never tried, and a lot of other people have. A lot of other people that I watch anyway. So let's get my stuff out. And what I'm talking about is bushcraft coffee, bush coffee, cowboy coffee, basically boiled coffee. Boiled coffee is one of these things that I've just never had. So I'm going to try it tonight. I've got my canteen and canteen cup and my mug and some coffee, and we're going to see how this goes. I've got my DIY stove. This is not the one I've been using lately. This is an older model. One of my first models that I made, and I really like it. It's a good one. But I haven't had it out in a while, so I thought tonight might be a good night to get it out. I like it because I have crossbars I can put on it. I don't need the crossbars, but I ground out slots so that my crossbars will fit perfectly on this stove. And that'll keep my canteen cup up off the tomato paste can. It's just a ham can, or water chestnut can, I think, and a tomato paste can. And the bars come off a max heat stove, one of those wick stoves, candle type stoves. Got my canteen cup. It's got a piece of dirt in it already. You can see my canteen cup will just sit right on top of there, and it should be no trouble to boil off 2 cups of water. I want to make sure I get this in a good level spot though. There, that's pretty good there, I think. And then I can put my cup back there when I need to. Yeah, perfect. Okay, what else do I need to do? I need to fill up my canteen cup with water. I put on fly dope before I came out, but the little black flies are all over me. Sweating doesn't help. Get my spoon. Now, let's measure out my water. Give my cup a little rinse. I'm going to go a little bit more than I normally would, just because I'm not going to drink this whole thing of coffee, but we'll see. I just want to try it. I've never tried boiled coffee. I'm going to put my lid on for now so nothing gets in there. Actually, I'm going to throw my sugar in here too. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in the bottom. Not too much. Now I'm going to put this aside. And let's work on getting this stove going. Sweating and flies. That is a great combination. Let me bring you in close and we'll get the stove lit up. All right. So I've just got solvable methyl hydrate as my fuel. Just going to dump some in here. It's getting soaked right up. I'll dump a little bit in the sides too. There's some more in, and now it's starting to You can see it coming up through the sides there. I don't want this to burn forever, but it's going to burn till it burns out. Now, let's see if we can fire a spark at that and get her going. There we go. 2 shots tonight. Oh, and see how the outside poofed right away? That is ready to go. I'm going to get my water right on it. And I'm going to get my gloves. Ooh, I'm going to have to put my coat back on. I'm getting bit here occasionally. All right, I need gloves for playing with fire. Oh, I forgot to put my coffee on. So my coffee, I believe, goes right on top of the cold water. There we go. That looks like a lot of coffee. But we'll see. I'm just going to smoosh it around some. Okay, I better get my gloves before it's too late. Yes, sir, that stove is off and running. I sometimes forget, using my other little stove, how good this stove works. It's an old one. I've been using it for a long time. My coffee's starting to go down into the water. So I think it's got a... I want to bring this to a boil. Crow going over it. I want to bring this to a boil and then let it kind of foam up and then subside and then attempt to like simmer it or steep it for 3 or 4 minutes. And then we'll go from there. I don't know if this stove's going to allow me to do much simmering. Coffee's all sinking in there now. Oh, what a beautiful evening, man. Looks like the coffee's about to do its thing. Starting to foam. Starting to boil. Now, I don't want it to boil over. Oh, it boiled over a bit. Let it steep for a second and then try to put it back on. Look at how hot that stove is. It's just kicking. Well, I can hold that way out here and it's still bringing my water to a boil. It's pretty cool. So if you can't tell, I'm just winging it here. I don't really know what I'm doing. It's starting to smell like coffee though. That's pretty cool. That stove is hot, man. Okay, I'm going to set this off the heat. I suppose I could probably put it close enough to keep it boiling right there. Yeah, look at that. I can keep it simmering by just keeping it close to the stove. I'm going to give that a few minutes. And then we're going to see if we can knock the grounds out of it. I have a feeling I might be drinking some grounds on this one. Let's see though. I could be wrong. Okay, so from what I've seen, to make the grounds fall out of this, you just give it a good tap or splash cold water in it. So I've never done this before, so I'm going to try the tap. I don't know if you tap it hard. I'm going to give it a good tap. And give it a second for the grounds to fall out. And let's give it a pour. I don't know, I imagine this is going to be pretty strong stuff. Watching to see if I can see grounds going in. So far I'm not seeing any. Thought I saw a fly. Oops. My pour got a little bit fast there, but so far. Okay. Shouldn't have swirled that. I got half a mug of coffee there. I'm just looking for a taste anyway and to see if I get grounds in there or not. Give that a stir. Now let's give it a taste. All right, let's see what we got. This is my first ever boiled coffee, or cowboy coffee, or bushcraft coffee. Filterless coffee nonetheless. Let's see what we got. Wow. That's actually really smooth, man. I think that's less bitter than the normal coffee I bring most of the time and run through a filter. That's crazy. It's just Folgers, but man, it's good. I like it. Wow, I'm impressed. For my first attempt at boiled coffee, I'd say that's a pretty big success right there. That's more than drinkable. I don't mind that at all. I'm just watching. I see big ants running around. I want to make sure I'm not sitting on an ant nest, man. Do I only see one or more? No, just one. Okay, I don't think I'm on a nest. Great success, man. Nice and hot. I'm definitely going to drink that. It's perfect. Well, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy that and take this in. I'm pretty sure I just saw a little fish break water over there in the Rooted Undercut. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this cup of cowboy coffee. Just listen to the birds, man, and the creek running. Open up my awareness and see what I see. Right on. Very good. Oh man, I'm looking in the bottom of my mug, and I see one ground in there. I'm gonna try and get it all and see what's up. Okay, there are a few grounds in the bottom of my cup, but all in all, I didn't get any in my mouth. That's awesome. Couple grounds in the bottom of the cup, man. That was a very enjoyable cup of coffee at that too. I really like that. My first time trying boiled coffee. Very enjoyable, I would say. It was nice and smooth. I did have sugar in it. That's how I take my coffee, black with the sugar. It was very good, man. I enjoyed it. Definitely gave me a bit of a pick me up for the walk out. I've already pretty much packed up other than my mug, so I'm going to finish that and then we'll get on the move. Go back and have a look at our Ganoderma tsugae on the way out. Say night night to them. There we go. What a great spot to conclude. A really beautiful drift, man. I'm in the Creepy Hole Hollow, which is a hemlock ravine. I came out for a look, man. This is what I'm always saying. Came out for a look. I thought I'd be early for Ganoderma tsugae. I expect to see them more in the first week of June, but I'm new, right? I'm not experienced at this stuff. I just thought, you know what? I'll go look tonight, get a baseline, see if anything's popping at all. And what do you know? The second log I walked over, I found three magnificently beautiful Ganoderma tsugae. This one's just a little one. This one's the biggest one. That one's a little bit smaller. Man, they're pristine. They're beautiful. Not a slug bite on any of them. So cool, man. Anyway, it's very nice to meet you. So grateful to see you this year. Already, what a great first real find. I would like to harvest one, but I don't really feel like I should on this one. I don't have a great need for it. The Ganoderma tsugae, I do need it. I have some left, but I only use it in tea, and I use it pretty sparingly. So I'm gonna let these ones do their thing, man. As much as I would like to harvest one, I'm gonna let them do their thing. They're beautiful. I'm grateful to have seen them. Oh, and I had a lovely boiled coffee, a bushcraft coffee or cowboy coffee for the very first time on my DIY methyl hydrate stove. That worked out really good, man. I had very few grounds in my cup for having a fine grind like coffee maker coffee, just Folgers, right? Turned out awesome. I really enjoyed it. I will do that again for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna head upstream. I'm losing the light here. I've had a beautiful evening in the woods. Beautiful find on the Ganoderma tsugae. Everything's popping right now. Everything's growing 4 inches a day right now. It's wonderful. Finally warmed up here in Nova Scotia. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and as always, the proof is right here, right? You'll never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.